The Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce Education Division kicked off the spring semester with a lunch program featuring superintendents of local school districts. Education Division Vice Chair Jim Rice discusses why education is so vital to Fort Bend's business community.
Our businesses rely on an educated workforce, and as you know, being positioned here in the Texas Gulf Coast with proximity to the Port of Houston, with the oil capital of the world being in Houston, there are many international firms here in our area, and it's led to an awareness and a realization that we've got to compete in a growing market. And we cannot do that unless we focus on education and produce an educated, literate workforce capable of critical thinking. And whether they are working globally or if they're working right here in Sugar Land or Stafford or Richmond, Rosenberg, anywhere in Fort Bend County, it's important for our young people coming up to be able to do that and supply the workforce that our businesses need. And also, in turn, that generates tax revenue through property taxes and so forth, which supports all of the services that our cities and the county can provide to its citizens. So it all kind of ties together in providing a better place for everyone to live and work. Providing meetings, symposiums, meetings such as we had today that provide information to our business leaders and our community leaders on the challenges and the opportunities that public education faces is part and parcel of the Fort Bend Chamber's reason for existence. And it's not just making our business leaders aware of the challenges, it's also providing opportunities for businesses to get involved in public education and higher education through sponsoring college sponsorships or contests that lead to sponsorships or internships. And it's an opportunity for our K-12 superintendents to learn directly from the businesses themselves what they're looking for in young people. Of course, they're looking for young people who have a good work ethic, who are intelligent, but also young people who can perform at a baseline of expectations and situational awareness, emotional intelligence, if you want to call it that. That's what all businesses are looking for, and if we can impart that to our K-12 and higher ed so they have an opportunity to train our students in those areas, they'll be just that more ahead when they get out of school and are ready to go to work.
SMSD Superintendent Robert Bostic participated in the panel discussion, which examined the upcoming state legislative session.
What we did notice was the variance between the thoughts and ideas between our newly elected Lieutenant Governor and his ideas about public education, even though he served as the Education Committee Chair, and what public education has out there, the pending lawsuit that was already out there from the school districts and how the legislature is going to proceed, if at all, on that. Pre-K funding, whether the state or the legislature is going to decide to fully fund pre-K education for all kids, and especially in Stafford. That's something that we would look forward to, as well as a difference of opinion on grading of school district campuses with an A through F grading system, which is what the Lieutenant Governor is proposing. A difference in ideas maybe on what they're doing for higher ed and the transition from higher ed from K through 12.
Bostic believes that businesses and schools can work together to create innovative approaches to whatever the legislature requires.
But in order to do that, that relationship has to be built with the business members so they feel comfortable enough to be open and not feel as though they need to have any educational knowledge. The educational people need to be open enough to where they can say, hey, you know what? We don't necessarily know if what we have written down as our pathway to get to your career is the most advantageous, or does it meet exactly what you need for it to meet, so we have the kind of young people who don't need remediation once they get into your company, because you've already helped us make that continuum already there.
If your business would like to help, visit the Chamber's website at www.fortbendchamber.com and Stafford MSD's website at www.staffordmsd.org. For Spartan Spotlight, I'm Stacee Hawkins.